Are we live yet?
Welcome to
I want to retweet it.
What? Thanks, Sam Strong. If we are live, hi everybody. Welcome to the show. We have an amazing show today. Super chat today. We are raising money for Mercy for Animals.
I have such an amazing story about that. It makes sense that, of course, we're raising funds for Mercy for Animals. I learned what the word animal means today, like animal. Do you know what a nimble means?
No. Enlighten us.
Hold on, I'm going to show you. This is like super fascinating. It's amazing that we don't know these things. Check it out. Can you read that?
Brilliant, blameless.
Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Isn't that
That
awesome?
is true about
Mercy
that
for
is
animals.
true about animals, and that's why Greg and I always talk about our veganism, because they are innocent, sentient, beautiful creatures that, I don't know, I don't get the whole speciesism thing. But anyway, that's for another day, because today is...
Isn't that amazing, though?
It's amazing. But you know what today is, Greg?
What?
Yeah, I'm not a brother.
What, Mama?
Today is Goddess Day. Do you understand the
right.
goddesses that we have on the show
And
today?
I was talking to my brother, Wingman G. He's a goddess
Good,
worshiper.
because I worship both of the goddesses we have on today. I'm so excited that you guys are joining us. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll start with Yaya, because I don't know, how long ago did we meet?
It was
like 6 years ago or something like that?
Or I've listened to you, for a long time, but we judged King of the Nerds together in the 3rd season.
Yeah, it was really
King
funny.
of
That
the
was a
Nerds.
fun.
It was so fun.
day.
So I was at Comic-Con, and I got called to say, do you want to be a host on King of the Nerds? They're doing a cosplay episode. I'm like, you're doing a cosplay episode the week of San Diego Comic-Con, where all the cosplayers are in San Diego? And they're like, yep, and we'll fly you out private plane and you can fly back to make your panel. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I walk in,
You're such a rock star, Tara.
right?
You're
And then I
such a
walk
rock
in,
star.
and there's Miss Yaya
Yeah.
looking so fucking gorgeous. You are just such a goddess. And I mean, I
You're
knew
too kind.
I knew a little bit about your work, but for the people who don't know, Yaya is one of the most beloved cosplayers. She's been doing it since the beginning of cosplay's awareness. You make your own stuff. You have so much to tell and share. Just go ahead and tell the world how you got your start and all the things that you do, and just fill in the world about who you are in case they don't know who Yaya Han is.
Hi. So, yes, I'm Yaya Han. I was born in China, raised in Germany, and I started cosplaying over 20 years ago. I think now it's been 21 years. So, I started sort of at the beginning of what modern cosplay as we know it started. So, I kind of like grew up along with it. And so, yeah, I've been started just as a fan, truly just a big fan of the whole art and fandom and, anime and such. And then have always been active in it. I was competing at a lot of contests, and then eventually was asked to judge them instead and do panels, and sort of like found my way from a fan to being a professional in this very growing industry. And so, yeah, I think with that year when I met Tara, it was like the height of My Little Pony craze. And of course, Tara was voicing multiple characters on it, including Twilight Sparkle. And so it was like really exciting to be able to, meet someone so iconic, and also knowing that cosplay is sort of what brought me to that point. Because I was cosplaying a lot of the pony characters, and I was also making ears and wings and other items that people could use to cosplay the pony characters. And so I'm still cosplaying, and I wrote a book about cosplay culture last year that came out called Yaya Han's World of Cosplay. And I'm just, I make fabrics and patterns and trims for cosplayers. They're available in Joann stores, so it's like they're more accessible for people to get into cosplay these days. And yeah, I'm still just in this industry, still doing the same thing.
You're amazing. I can't wait to deep
amazing.
dive into everything you do. And just so that the viewers can start looking at your stuff, because we'll take some live questions, just tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Find me on yayahan.com. That's my website. And then all my social medias are Yaya Han, YAYAHAN.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to deep dive. I just want to introduce the other goddess, Melissa. Please say hello to the world.
Hi.
I'm so excited, and I love having the difference between these two girls because Melissa makes all her own costumes by painting it on her body, which is so fascinating. And you really are, Melissa. I've been fascinated by this kind of cosplay for a long time, but you are really one of the best. I mean, your Wonder Woman thing that you did recently, like, blew my fucking mind. You're just so
amazing,
incredible. So same like Yaya.
She actually this is not even my face today. She painted my face on my face.
You did such a good job. You look just like a Dodo Beast Boy. Okay, so Melissa, tell everybody where they can find you and how you got started and your origin story into this world too.
You can find me everywhere. On Twitch is where I do them all live. So I do it more like a live demonstration. So you can always see me creating the whole thing. On Twitch, at /MCroft07. And I post like the final photos, etc. on Twitter and Instagram. I also have TikTok and I'm just MCroft07 everywhere. How I got started in it was I was that kid that took makeup too far at Halloween parties when I was younger, and I was always really fascinated by makeup. And there was there was a few times where there was like we would do like fancy dress parties, and I was really upset because we were going as the Can the Hand, the Thing 1 and the Thing 2, and I was really upset because we didn't have a Whoville nose, and I was really frustrated that I couldn't find one, so I learned how to build one. So I built one for me and my friends, and then I ended up with like having like a lot of paints and latex around, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going. And then I just I'm still here doing it. So I've been doing it for quite a long time, but yeah, I find the whole thing fascinating, how you can transform yourself with makeup itself. So yeah, I basically just keep taking makeup too far.
Thank God you do. You're so gifted at it. I mean, your stuff is really amazing.
Yeah.
Are you done eating, Greg? Do you want to be a host on the show now? I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, but look, I had to get my energy levels up because this is an exciting moment to explore exactly what's going on here, and I need my focus and attention in that vegan tiramisu world.
Melissa, what is your favorite one you've done, and what's your most challenging one you've done?
My favorite one I've probably done was recently with Harley Quinn. I did Harley Quinn from Joker War. I did it for my birthday. I did it on stream, and the stream was absolutely amazing. I have such a wonderful community, and they really, really just made it happen. And the most challenging one was, sometimes I do back paints as well, and I think that the back paints where I paint on somebody else, they can be quite difficult to do. But if it was for a cosplay purpose, probably one of the most difficult ones I've done was Rasputin 4, because there's a lot of metal. And I cried a lot.
I didn't know you did that until I saw you on, you have it on your header on Twitter, right? Where you're painting someone's back.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, true. You're both such artists. I'm so grateful that you guys came on to share your gifts, and we'll have to watch some of that Twitch, some of that live stream. It's so amazing. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you ever do tattoo work?
No,
as well?
I'm too scared because I can't rub it out.
I
bet you'd be really good at it.
What about canvas art that people can buy?
I actually really suck at canvas art. I can't do it, and so my rule is that I'm really bad at drawing people, so I draw on them instead because the proportions are there for me. They're done.
Wow, that's cool. You're a documentary in itself.
I mean,
you should be shooting your life and broadcasting.
Legend. It's so amazing. What about you, Yaya?
I want to know more about Yaya, the coolest name on earth.
I know, right?
Thank you.
I was asking her what her favorite cosplay was and what her most challenging cosplay was.
I have lots of favorite cosplays. I love the fact that with cosplay you can transform into different characters, and so the variety is what draws me. Of course, recently, it's been all Resident Evil Village hype. The last costume I made was Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8, and it was really, really amazing. It's one of my favorite costumes that I've ever done because it really challenged me to go outside of like what I thought I could do, because obviously this character is over 9 feet tall, and I, as a 5'2" person, thought I'm not even gonna try to get in there. Like, it's a cool design, and and then like Capcom, like Resident Evil, actually asked me to make the costume, and I'm like, okay, now I have to do it. And so I had to really get out of my head. Like, he's like, no, you can do this. You can embody this character. And so it was really cool to do not only photos, but also a video shoot and really try to emulate the character and sort of bring the environment to life. And so as for my most challenging costume, was probably I did it for the finale of Heroes of Cosplay several years ago. It's called the Banshee Queen and Naira from the game Lineage 2. I really chose her because she had a very, very elaborate, crazy design that I wanted to tackle. I wanted to make the costume, but it was built on stilts. So, like, I had to have stilts to be able to, look convincing. And so just the aspect of having a costume and even to try it on, you had to put the stilts on. So if it was 3 a.m. and you're like dead tired, but you want to try the skirt on, you're like, I hope I don't kill myself with all these like sharp tools laying around my workroom, because I'm like, try not to hit the ceiling. I don't know. Maybe I'm into...
How high are the stilts?
They were about 2.5 feet.
That's a lot.
Over 2 feet. Yeah.
I'm always impressed when people do that at cons, because those are some of the most impressive costumes when people are like way larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you go to cons. Melissa, have you been to Comic-Cons dressed up in your makeup?
Yes.
Obviously, yeah.
I've been to one as Poison Ivy as well before, but I was really fortunate, and Joe Benitez invited me onto his panel to do a live demonstration of Lady Mechanica, which is his comic. So I was doing a live paint while I was there to bring a little more like excitement to the booth, etc. So that was really amazing. So yeah, sometimes, not all the time.
Amazing. Okay, I want to hear both of your favorite con stories, either like a kid that made you feel really special or someone that, Greg and I have so many stories of people that just like, we usually get like, thank you for our childhood and your characters helped me get through a painful time in life or whatever. Do you guys have any favorite con stories or fan stories?
I do. I will tell the one where I was at a convention called ACON in Dallas, Texas, and this mom came up with at my table. She came up with her daughter. She was maybe, I'd say she looked about 12 years old. This little girl that just didn't really say much, but she knew me because she'd seen me on TV, and she was like, came up and hugged me, and, I signed a picture for her or whatever. And then like, it was very, very sweet. And then her mom walks up and says, my daughter has severe autism and she has not, interacted with people in years. And because she saw you and everyone cosplaying, and now she's at a convention and cosplaying, and, and she knows you, like she knows, she's like, there's Yaya. And and I was like, I started crying, she started crying. We were just like in the middle, and everybody's like, what's going on? But it was just incredible. Yeah. So I miss conventions. I cherish all the memories we've made at convention. I think that's really where like, whether you're an artist, a creator, anybody, that is where you really connect with people, and, you see the impact that you have. And yeah, so miss cons.
Some of my best friends I've met at cons.
Absolutely.
Lifelong friends. It's amazing.
It's an amazing,
Same
it's
here.
an amazing world
My
where
husband.
nobody's weird. Your husband, you met him at a con?
I met him at Dragon Con, years ago.
Wow.
Okay, we need that story.
He was dressed as Boba Fett, so he took his helmet off because like somebody was introducing him to me, and I was like, not only is it a really good Boba Fett costume, but the guy underneath is really cute.
Wow.
I love that story.
But he was drunk. He did not even remember meeting me.
Who were you dressed as?
That
Were you
was
cosplaying?
late night. I think I was a succubus. It didn't work. He didn't even remember me.
Of course.
We met the next day again.
That's a great story. I love that so much. Melissa, we have a question for you. Ravdos wants to go what your longest ever body paint was. So I guess what took you the longest?
It was 21 hours. And I painted myself head to toe. I was trying to turn myself into, I was calling her a Frankenbabe. It was an original design. And it just hits a bit different when it's 3:00 in the morning and you're shading your toes with eyeshadow in the bathroom on the floor. And then you got to take photos. So it was just, I was tired. I was trying to make a Halloween special. I did do the Halloween special, but I realised I didn't have a space to take the photos of it. So actually because it was head to toe, I had to put a black bed sheet on the floor, and my other half had to stand on the bed with the camera outstretched and just hope that it was in focus, because we couldn't see to get the photos. And yeah, I didn't paint for it. I slept for a long time after that, but it was quite long.
Incredible.
Cons make you tired. It's a lot of energy we all put out, whether you're there as talent or you're coming as a cosplay talent. It's just, in general, being a part of the community. So just, it's so much energy that we like, I guess our adrenals drain, so we're tired after, because there's so much stimulation and so much communication. It's so rad. It doesn't matter who you are. We're all weird together, and it's just such a celebratory environment. I love it.
Some people prepare all year for a big con. Like, that's what they worked for. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Like
you,
me.
You prepare for nothing.
Like me.
Melissa, did you have a favorite con or fan story?
It was when I was at TwitchCon, and we were doing this like meetup, and there was a lot of people there. And because I do the live streams on Twitch, a lot of the time I never see what somebody looks like behind a username or whatever. I just genuinely don't know. I only know people obviously by usernames. And this one absolute angel came up to me, and she took me to the side, and she was like, I just want to tell you that over the past year, I've actually been going through a divorce, and the thing that got her through it was having my silly streams on the TV, so that it would distract her and her kids while they were trying to like sort through this really rough time. And then she started crying, and then I started crying, because obviously like I'm just there doing my thing, just being silly, entertaining while I'm painting, because it's fun. And she said that it was one of the things that got her through. And I was just like, oh no.
I love that.
Now what
Comic-Cons are where your dreams can come true.
And Melissa and Yaya, you guys know this, but it's not just silly. It's like you have these gifts, and I do believe that we are here on this planet during this time, that if you share your gifts and you make people happy, it's like you get positive karma points. Like you move on in the universe. Like, I think we're here to make people happy, and if you have a gift and you share it, it's really extraordinary. Like it's a bigger deal than you think. Like when you're affecting people around the world, because you're like, oh, I could grow up and do that too, and it's really amazing what you both do. When you guys were younger, like, did you know that you wanted to do that? And also the flip side to that question for both of you is, do you have advice for kids that are younger, that are interested, that, you know, people say, oh, you're a nerd, or you can't do this, or there's no money in it, or don't be stupid. Like, do you have any advice for up and coming body paint artists and cosplay artists that make their own stuff? You're both so niche in your world, so it'd be nice to hear from you, like some words of wisdom for the young generation.
And for me.
Mm-hmm.
And for Greg, who still doesn't know what he's doing.
When I was growing up, I moved from China to Germany at a young age, and I had to readjust to a whole new culture and a new family. My mom remarried, and so it was like very difficult for me to like learn a new language, be in this culture where nobody looked like me, and trying to fit in, and, you know, not fitting in, obviously. And so my escape was anime and manga. So I would draw manga, I read manga, I watched what anime that I could back then. And so I never thought I would get into dressing up as the characters. I just wanted to be in that world, and I was focusing mainly on drawing. And when I went to my first convention in 99, that's when I saw that you could dress up in costume, and it was almost like an extension of like what I wanted to express. Like instead of just drawing the characters, I could become the characters, and that fulfilled me creatively. And it was sort of during a time where I could have taken my art and continued with it. I was pretty successful with it. I actually published a manga while I was living in Germany, but wow. I was too poor, because I came here as like a immigrant. I was too poor to afford like a computer and Wacom tablet, and so I couldn't make the jump from drawing by hand to digital art. And that was like, you know, when everybody was doing digital art, that's like I was like being left behind. And so cosplay was this thing that just sort of filled me with so much passion that I didn't mind like leaving art and pursuing cosplay. I mean, pursuing, like I wasn't making money with it. I was just doing it for fun because you couldn't do it as a job back then. But it still was everything that I dreamed of. So I feel like all we want in life is sort of like find our people and find where we are comfortable and we can be ourselves. And for me, that was cosplay. And I discovered it through being shown, seeing other people doing it, and sort of this light bulb going off in my head. So my advice for young people is, people trying to find their place in the world, is that it's out there somewhere. It's going to be very unexpected. You may think that your path is going to lead a very specific way, that you have like one passion that dictates your life, but you might find something else, and follow your intuition, do what makes you happy, and hopefully you can find your place like I did.
The universe rejoices in courage.
It really does. I love that.
Truly.
So much.
Yeah, the universe nature loves courage, period.
It is so true. I follow my gut feelings, ever have since then.
See, I know things, Tara.
I know, sweetheart.
Things.
You know a little bit. How about you? How about you, Melissa?
I definitely wouldn't say that I always thought I would. I kind of like. It's not necessarily what I thought I would always do. I never really considered it. I feel like I don't necessarily think too far ahead. When I was younger, I really used to enjoy watching things like Batman animated series and like the X-Men, because they would be on like Saturday morning cartoons. So I used to really enjoy watching that, and I used to run around the house in my Spider-Man pajamas. So I was kind of like very interested in it. But I remember when I was at school, my art teacher had a go at this girl because she was wearing makeup. And my art teacher specifically said, there's no point in you wearing makeup because women wear makeup to look younger, so why should you wear it? And I just disagreed with it so much. And I was like, how dare you? And I remember it's always stuck with me because I just thought, I think you're wrong. So I remember I would go home and I would just play with the makeup and I would just draw stuff all over myself. And then I just keep going. And I was always like my little secret fun that I would always like just draw all over my face, turn myself like blue and like little robot, like Terminator paints, etc. And obviously it escalated. And I remember when I was at school, I didn't really tell anyone that I would like sit at home and do that until I was probably in college. I was like at sixth form, because college here is a little bit different. And I was at sixth form, and then my friends would start noticing what I was doing. And I actually did have some really mean comments from a lot of people who were saying what I was doing is a waste of time.
I'll beat them up, I swear.
Yeah, I'll send you over.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is like, if they're minding your business, who's minding theirs? Like, just do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, I've lost friends over it, but they're not your real friends, because they're putting you down. If this is something that's making you happy, why should you sacrifice it because of somebody else's opinion?
Absolutely. That's crazy to me that you lost friends. Like, people just thought you were wasting your time, or...
Yeah, they would say like, I should be going out partying with them. And I was like, no. I remember it was specifically, you're wasting your time because you're sat there painting yourself as Wonder Woman. But it's fine, because like, now now it's my job.
Your Wonder Woman is so hot. First of all, you're both like the hottest fucking women ever. Like, you're
so funny.
I know, it's fun to hear me swear, right? Like, you're both so fucking hot.
I know. It's really.
I just like, you're so right, Melissa, and it's the problem with any judgments. It's like, if you're doing something that's fun and you're enjoying it and you're bringing other people joy, like, why is there a judgment? Look at her. Is she?
That's
wow.
So cool.
Is her body? I can't
love the
imagine.
wind effect.
Yeah, who is making fun of this? Like, they're just ridiculous. I bet those people are pretty, like, kicking themselves now. I mean, you would be the funnest friend. I want you to do my makeup one day.
Do you ever provide services at cons, like paint people?
I haven't, but yeah,
because you would clean up.
Yeah, but it would take her.
We should have you when we do our Ship It Show live events. When we do our Ship It Show live events, it'd be really cool to have you as a
would have to pick
guest
like
artist
one
and, like,
person, or she could paint herself live on the Ship It Show at a con or something like that. I did come to London Comic Con right before lockdown, and it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it so much there. It was my first overseas con, and there were people lined up around the convention center clutching their like Bubbles toys that they've had forever. Like, oh, I thought I'd never meet you. And like, I was like holding them, like so special. We also love and miss doing cons. It's one of the reasons we're doing Ship It Show live right now over COVID, is to be able to still connect with the fans and bring people like you who are just so important to everyone. So thank you guys so much for coming.
There's been some amazing super chats we should mention. There were some questions asked by fans.
Let's see. Mel also does the animation yourself. Oh, you're Mel, you're like incredible. Okay, the fans want you to do my makeup one day. I think that would be really, really fun. Oh, they want to know, how do we get the sweetest people ever? I have a theory, and I think that is when you are doing what you love and it's an artistic side of you that's always wanted to come out, there's no need to be like catty or mean. Like I find people in the voiceover world, people in the con world are some of the nicest folks you've ever met. Anybody disagree? Like, it's the nicest folks ever. It's just amazing.
Well, it's like we grew up being outcasts. I think we all have, like, we weren't the normal, you know. Yeah, we didn't peak when we were in high school. I definitely didn't peak when I was in high school. But I think if you peak in high school, then it's all downhill from there. You know, like, we had more time to like enjoy, and you know, and it's like it constantly is like we haven't peaked yet. I don't know. That's my theory.
We're eternally
peaking. There you go.
Have you guys ever heard from people from high school or your past that maybe made fun of what you did and like now came around and say, you know what, I was an asshole and you're amazing? Has anyone ever come back around and said that?
Yes, they're all in my DMs. That's why I don't read them.
Yeah. I'm so glad you read mine. I was like,
I was really surprised.
Alex Slingsby asks whether Melissa or Yaya cosplayed as classic Hanna-Barbera character, i.e. Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, the Jetsons, Tom and Jerry.
Not yet.
No, but I have a retro space girl that's very Jetsons. So
there you go, Alex.
They want to know, Así wants to know if, you've ever done a YouTube or Twitch streaming.
I have a Twitch channel under Yaya Han. I was supposed to start in April, and then the Capcom thing happened. I had to make Lady Dimitrescu in 2 weeks and, you know, produce a full video and everything. Just the whole campaign, basically. And then I did a promotion for Shadow and Bone. I had to make another costume. So I will start streaming on Twitch or YouTube or maybe both. At some point. If
you stream on Twitch, we will raid. I will send my community to you.
Thank you.
We're very nice.
See, I tried. I tried to set up my room. I got my light up curtain. I got my mic. You see, I'm trying. I'm gonna get there.
Small steps.
I miss connecting with people too. So I really want to start streaming.
What's your favorite social media platform, all of you?
Oh, probably
Twitch
to use.
No. Well, I just joined TikTok earlier this year. Ooh. I'm kind of enjoying TikTok. So, I don't know. I can just kind of be weird on it. And I make very random videos. I have, like, no rhyme or reason. But
TikTok's nice for that.
We just did a random one. Me and Snipes, and it, like, blew up on TikTok. We did, like, one where Evie Ray
600,000.
Yeah, it's like the community is really wholesome. I thought they were very supportive and they were really funny. And it was weird, like when I doing the Resident Evil outfit obviously was like a very popular character. So I posted it to YouTube and to all my other platforms. TikTok was the most supportive, most wholesome. YouTube was the most toxic. That's where everybody was like making comments like, you don't match the character because she's not Asian. There was a lot of like racist comments on YouTube or like, you know, you're pronouncing the name wrong. It's Dimitrescu. And I'm like,
my gosh,
Capcom wanted me to pronounce Dimitrescu, you know, like, but like they were very nitpicky compared to TikTok. So I thought it was very interesting because it's the same content, right? It's the same character, same everything.
So TikTok's really nice.
But look how beautiful and kind our community is. Our Ship It Show family is just so nurturing, so loving, so supportive. It's such a safe place for us all to hang out. on this
I
big
mean,
love
it's-
boat of
I
ours.
expect nothing but wholesomeness in this super chat when I go back to check it.
Yeah, right. It's so crazy that that people would have anything negative to say. It's one of the things we always talk about this, that cosplay in any form is the most freeing. I mean, girls can play boy characters, old people can play young characters. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, it doesn't matter your sexuality. It's just all love. And it's another reason when we started this show is that there's never been a show really celebrating the love of relationships and love in pop culture. And that is going to lead me to a question that Greg likes to ask.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about fantasizing as well. It's like wish fulfillment. We're like fulfilling wishes by exploring these ships that we all want to see become real. Like on Teen Titans Go, me and Tara are responsible for one of the biggest ships in the whole world, BB Ray, and there's been multiple episodes about this ship that we've really fueled since day one. And now it's kind of the most focused on ship in the whole, sometimes maybe all of the DC universe if you look it up. Including me and Tara are now in Fortnite, our characters.
Oh my God.
I didn't see that. It was yesterday.
Beast Boy was announced yesterday, Fortnite character, but Mama Raven was already
Greg.
in it. Ship, marry, kill.
Ship, oh God.
Well, since
Ship,
you
marry,
guys
kill.
have become characters from all sorts of universes, you guys can choose any character from any world. It can be on camera, it can be animated, it can be manga, it can be anything. Who would you personally like to ship, marry, or kill?
Oh my God. Melissa, you go first.
I was just about to say the same thing to you. I was about to say you go first.
My brain is full of anime this year. That's like one of the only good things about 2020. I don't know if you guys agree, like those watching, but anime has been lit in 2020 and 2021.
Truly. When has anime not been lit, though?
There
Anime
have
is
been
so dope.
phases. Trust me, there have been some really.
My kids over COVID have really gotten into it. Both my kids did the entire Bleach, the entire thing. And then my older one watched the whole thing in its original, with the original voice actors, and like fell in love with it all over again. And then they did Naruto, they did all kinds of. I was never really into anime, but I'm really starting to see the beauty of it and how important it is in pop culture. It's amazing. We did a Bleach episode.
We did an amazing
we
Bleach
have a Naruto
episode.
one coming up, and maybe we'll have you back on when there's an anime one.
Anime episode.
Really like,
I will gush all over. Demon Slayer, like Kimetsu no Yaiba, is like my whole world right now. But for your question, Greg, I'm gonna pick Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a anime that is gonna become a shonen classic. It's like really culture changing. So Jujutsu Kaisen, I would ship Gojo Sensei, because I ship Gojo Sensei. I stan Gojo Sensei like everybody. And I would marry probably, oh God, now I'm like Nanami. I would marry Nanami. I can't say any of the students. The students are too young. Can't have anything with them. Like they're high school students though. But I'm naming all the teachers. So Gojo Sensei, I would ship, I would marry Nanami, and I would kill Sukuna, I guess. Although I don't really want to kill Sukuna. So those who know the show will know what I mean.
Okay. I'm sure.
I don't really know.
Okay.
It just sounded like a whole bunch of cool names to me.
So, I think
it's all over TikTok.
I think for me, I really like. I always can't decide if I want Poison Ivy and Catwoman or Poison Ivy and Harley to be together. I'm always mixed between the two, but I think I'd pick. I did just finish the Harley Quinn show, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. I'm probably gonna marry King Shark because I love him. I'm a new King Shark fan, and I think I'd have to kill the Condiment King for death by bad puns.
Oh, I love that you knew all those. I mean, it's amazing. The fans are talking about how you did a Smurf. Is that up on your page? I don't know.
It's quite far down. I did a Smurf because every time I started to paint myself blue, everyone said I looked like a Smurf. So I was like, well, if I just paint the Smurf, if I just do
like
it.
That.
Yo, are you kidding me? That shirt right now you're wearing is not a real shirt. That's painted
Wait,
on
this
you.
is
did you
painted
just
on.
join the show, Greg? Did you just join the show?
Oh my god!
It looks so real,
cute.
like a shirt. I thought she just.
So cute.
I thought it was just her,
No,
her
Melissa,
face.
we do not
That's
encourage
amazing.
Greg's lack of being able to pay attention. We said in the very beginning, her costume.
It just shows how talented she is and how skilled.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's a testament to her skill.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
It's very kind of you.
Yeah, wow.
Are you good, Greg? Do you know where you are right now?
It's the Shipper Show
You know who we
live.
have on the show today?
You and me.
Oh my god. Okay.
I want to make Yaya's theme song, by the way. Yaya, do you have a
I
theme
do
song?
not
'Cause
have
I
a
wanna
theme
make
song.
We'll get
I do
Sammy
not
to
have a
make
theme
it,
song.
'cause you're
This
gonna
is,
wanna
want
make
this
you a
is
theme
my
song.
logo character, though. She keeps showing up. This is the Yaya
yeah.
character.
Tell us
Make me
about
like a
so
retro space. Make me a retro space theme song.
I love
That's
that.
what I need.
Okay,
Also,
I'm
tell
on
everybody
that. I'm
about
serious.
about your book and where you can get it. And I know you've had some struggles. I remember when people were like stealing your designs.
Oh,
talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Give us.
Sorry, I totally did not mean to hijack the conversation
Whoa.
on the
that's
book,
what this is
but
about.
Yaya, come
Okay,
on.
so this is your website.
that's my book.
Jeez Louise.
I did not choose the
Amazing.
title. My publisher demanded this title. I'm like, there's so many other like fun titles I could have named, but they were like, this
looks
is
pretty
the
fun to
first
me.
Yeah.
book of this type that we're publishing. We're gonna just really name it for what it is. And
Well,
so,
yeah, that's smart because then people know what
but
it is. You reach
anyway,
a broad
it's
audience
I
that
love
way.
the retro vibe.
yeah.
The retro vibe
Yeah,
is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote the book as sort of my culmination of 20 years of being a cosplayer, and so it's half autobiography with my weird heritage, and it's also the sort of the evolution of cosplay, like so the history of where cosplay came from and what is so unique and cool about cosplay, including I have a chapter on how people go beyond recreation, like they can come up with their own variations of the
Wow.
characters, which totally ties in with shipping. Like you sort of like fantasize what this character would be like as if the gender was reversed, or if this character was in an alternate universe,
gosh.
or if there was a mashup between these two different series. And I think that's so very interesting about cosplay, is that it's not just recreating and looking exactly like the character on screen. It's about taking a part of that character and injecting some of yourself in, and sort of you bond with the character forever through cosplaying them. And so I kind of explored that sociology aspect. And then I also talk about the negativity, the negative sides in cosplay, the sexism that I've encountered, the racism that Black cosplayers face every day. And, I just really wanted to give a well-rounded look at what cosplay is, so that, people know it beyond, it's just these people dressing up. Like, I really wanted parents to be able to read this book and understand that there's an art form behind it, and there's something worthwhile and valid about cosplay, and also like why I did it for so long, and why you should maybe let your kids consider doing it.
Yeah.
I worked very, very hard on it, and it released during the pandemic when I didn't have a chance to have any type of book tour or do any type of events. I had all my events in 2020 were lined up around the book, and I was going to do panels and signings and discussions and readings, and couldn't do any of that. So once conventions come back, I'd like to do a belated book tour and just still have the chance to, connect with people and hear what they think after they've read the book.
I love
That's
that.
amazing.
It would be so cool. It would be so cool to give you like a weekly Ship It Show talk show where you're reading the book basically through from the beginning
Oh
to
my
the end, like a
God,
weekly.
that would be so boring, though. I don't know if I could hold
You
the
have to buy
audience's
it.
attention for the entire. That's
No, it
too
would
much
be
pressure.
really cool. You do like you read your book live every week on the Ship It Show network.
You're so kind.
We have a question from Asil160. They want to know what the newest technology or makeup or costume development that you guys are both most excited about. What's like the newer thing that's really sort of taking your A game to A++ game?
I want a 3D printer, but I'm trying to convince myself I don't need a 3D printer.
Just get it. Just get it.
I mean,
Give
3D
yourself
printers
that.
are very accessible now. They are definitely game changing. Yeah, like just
Yeah, for cosplay especially, you make anything
Yeah.
you want.
Instead of
Yes.
becoming an addict.
How did you make your other stuff, Melissa, before like you don't have a 3D printer? Like, how did you build a nose? How did you build all that stuff when you're doing it?
Oh, like when I was doing it before, I would just like, I find like the tackiest way to build anything, but it works. It's not stupid. But when I was like younger, I would like, you know, those like white face masks that kids get that you like draw on. I used to get those, and I used to put like cover them in like clay, and then I would just layer liquid latex onto it until it made something, and then I would like stuff it, and I would do that when I was really young, and then it kind of like escalated from there. Now. I kind of I'm learning more from the cosplay world. I'm trying to like for instance, if I'm going to do something that needs shoulder pads because like my shoulder isn't enough, then I'll build one shoulder pad and I'll like attach it to my arm. But then I'll try and make sure I want most of it to be body paint. But I am trying very hard too from other things as well, because I have a really big thing personally about when I do the characters, because sometimes I do like mashups of characters, like as you were saying, Yaya, with like you can create your own ideas, and I love creating ideas with things like, oh, but like what if I painted Punchline but like she's peeling her skin back and underneath it's the Joker, and I like coming up with like all of these ideas and like toying around with like thoughts about how you can mash two characters together with makeup. And I find like those are really, really fun to do. But I do take a lot of inspiration from the cosplay world. I'm trying to understand how to do that. My main thing is like when I try to do it, when I create a character, I want the character to look as close as I can get it to like maybe a comic panel or a cover, because somebody out there is a really huge fan of that character, and I want them to see, even if it's the artist and they see it, I want them to be like, that person has brought my character to life. That's my character. And it's a living, breathing character. It looks like it stepped out of a comic book. And that's, for me, that's a really important thing. So I'm really specific about getting like the exact wig, because obviously I'm only going to be using it for a day. I do it on like the big paints on the Saturdays. So it makes it seem a bit like, oh, is it even worth it? But to me, it's worth it because it means a lot to someone. So that's why
you're so important.
It's amazing you can paint yourself though. Like you don't have somebody holding the gun, the paint gun. It's you doing it all.
I just stand in front of a mirror the whole time.
Amazing. And
it's amazing. Aren't there certain sea creatures that can like, can't they camouflage themselves? They can paint themselves in the water. You know what I'm talking about?
They go to Michael's, they buy paint supplies.
I'm serious. I think I saw a National Geographic special.
That they paint themselves.
There's some sea creature
I'm like a
that
sea
uses
reptilian.
like sea paint.
Secret's out.
How long does it take you to get out of your costumes, particularly the most involved ones?
Like 15 minutes. Like to just jump in the shower, wash it off. Gone.
Just jump in the shower.
But I think there's something that's quite romantic.
I think we can take off costumes very fast. Sometimes it takes like 3 hours for me to just put a costume, not even painting it, just like trying to get all the pieces situated and, you know, wig and contacts and everything.
Peter G. Finn, yes, these artists are incredible. They are incredible. You ladies are amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous, amazing.
Thank you.
I did a zombie movie with Carlos Alazraqui, and the makeup to take it off, it was like over an hour. And at one point I was just like pulling at my skin.
All the prosthetics. Yeah, you do have to take your time with that. Yeah, you don't want to screw up.
It was so terrible. Sophia wants to know how long it takes you, Mel, to do a full makeup look. Do you have a general time?
If I'm doing like a face and chest piece, which is typically like this, it mostly depends on the piece. Sometimes I've been a bit ambitious, but usually it'll take between like 4 and 6 hours to do. I really love shading.
Nice.
Like a lot.
You're so good at it.
You're
so good at it.
So
your shirt, like the shading on your outfits are amazing.
Thank you.
Ridiculous.
So kind of you.
Look at your collarbones. That's insane.
What about her collar and her shirt? You know, the shirt's painted.
Everything. I thought that was a real shirt.
Yes, it's painted.
Is Did you paint your hair
It's a
too?
wig.
It almost looks like you did.
Everything about me right now is fake.
I love this. Let's keep going.
Except you're beautiful.
Look,
so
it's like me
you're
as
so
Donkey
amazing.
from Shrek.
Wow.
But if I'm doing like a big piece, which is like the head to torso, then they usually take me between like 8 and 12 hours, usually depending on the piece. But they used to take me longer. I'm very happy that I've gotten a bit faster. But yeah, they usually take me between like 8 and 12.
I mean, you could be on a big Hollywood movie set doing
I
this
don't know.
for like the biggest of Hollywood movies. Truly, they
Well,
need
do you
makeup
have
artists like you
a day
on big
job, or are
Hollywood
you
sets.
are you making enough money doing this now? Because you're so talented.
That's very kind of you. I actually lost my job because of COVID. So I decided now's the time to just give it a go. And so I just went for it. And so,
Yes.
my income's through streaming. And thank goodness I'm starting to see things with brands and they're starting to want to work with me. Thank God.
As they should.
I actually just found out today that I did a piece a long time ago and it's been part of the KFC advert in the UK at the moment. So that's amazing because like they
That's
licensed the video.
Hey.
I know. I was
Yeah.
surprised when I got the email. I was like, "Have you got the right person?" I was like, "You talking
That's
to
so
me?"
cool.
So it's really nice seeing this sort of stuff. So well, yes, the pandemic has been quite disastrous for a lot of things. I'm grateful that I've been able to use it as a time to just try and force this to grow because I've got nothing else to do. So
I mean,
I find for a
cosplay
lot of
has
us that's
really
been the case.
made the great jump. Like cosplayers, we're resilient. We have continued the community online. There are a lot of people that have pivoted and started streaming or even doing like VTube and I think it definitely is a do or die situation on more than one level, but for us, like the creativity is still there. We're still here. A lot of cosplayers made face masks, myself included. Like face masks saved my small business last year. You know, just being able to use sewing skills to make something that was really in need, you know, for a long time.
Wow, that's so
So
cool.
we're still here.
How would you, Alex Slingby asks, would either of you cosplay as Roadrunner? That would be a very interesting
That's
cosplay.
so random.
Roadrunner?
yes, I reckon you could do that with body paint.
I will cosplay what I want. I don't really take suggestions anymore.
Atta girl.
Just been so many years where everybody's like, you should cosplay this character, you should cosplay that character, and I'm like, I'm gonna cosplay what I want.
How would you even approach a Roadrunner?
Many,
how would you
many
approach
different ways?
cosplaying Roadrunner?
Many different ways.
I would do it
with the painting.
Okay, so this sounds really daft, but sometimes on my stream, if we get enough subs, I will say that I will do like the Untitled Goose Game dressed as a goose. So I will turn myself into a goose. I would probably do it the same way. Yeah, so I don't know, it's a long story. And so I'd probably...
A goose? How do you turn yourself into a goose? I want to see
You
that.
have to watch your streams. You have to subscribe.
yeah,
That's how
sometimes
you
I'll do
see it.
Nightmare Fuel.
Hey, if you all subscribe right now, I need like 30 new subscriptions right now on YouTube. I'll turn
my
you into a
God.
duck.
Okay,
Yes, do that.
what is next for you guys? Can you guys give us any spoilers of what you're doing next?
I'm looking at building a set of wings so I can do the golden paint and body paint the golden armor of Wonder Woman as well as do Hawk Girl as a body paint. So I want those to be movable behind me. But the challenge is that my studio is very, very small. And so I'm going to be building those and then hopefully learning to animate that. More animations. I'm trying to teach myself VFX because I've got nothing else to do.
You're so good at it. What are you talking about? You're
Thank
so
you.
good, Melissa. You're amazing. You're amazing. How about you? Yeah. What's next for you?
I'm working on a theme song.
I'm doing a couple of virtual conventions this summer. I can't say which ones yet, but I'll be involved in a couple of events. I think it's so great that some conventions have gone online and give people still a chance to, you know, do events and contests and such. So I'm also early, I think it was like literally January this year, I started making photo sets where I just started buying, you know, cheap like antique furniture on Facebook Marketplace or, you know, Raid's thrift stores and backdrops, and I would like start making environments besides just a costume. And it was also out of necessity because I couldn't go anywhere to do photos. I felt uncomfortable being out in public. I didn't feel right renting a space, or, I was like, where would you find like a like super Victorian looking lounge anyway, So I definitely have, I think my creativity has been really spurred on by making photo shoots that showcase more than just making costumes, but also creating environments. And so I'm building my next photo set. I'm doing my next photo shoot on Friday. I won't say what costume it is, but it's my most elaborate photo set yet. And I recorded the whole build process. So I'll make a video for YouTube about how to build a photo set for cosplay. And
I love that. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
You also had some pretty extraordinary outdoor shots.
Outdoor, we're very lucky in Georgia. We have a lot of beautiful, lush places. We have a couple of ruins, and we have a gorgeous cemetery. And so you can, outdoor photos,
Wow.
I've always had really great luck with. And even conventions. This was taken in Baltimore, outside of Otakon, and this was a costume where I had to get on stilts.
Oh, wow.
And so I had to dress actually in public because I could not dress in my hotel room and then walk out the door because I wouldn't fit through the door. I could not get into a car. So I had to literally take the costume in pieces in multiple cars, with friends helping, and go down to the Baltimore Harbor and put it on there.
Just so much
11 in the
dedication.
morning.
Wow.
And
So much
all the tourists are just like, what's going on? And I'm like, don't mind me, just turning into an undead queen, just,
It's incredible.
But,
You guys are incredible.
yeah.
People don't understand the amount of time and work and love that goes into. It's been such a treat to have you guys on. I want to thank you so much for giving a
you.
part of your day for
Thank
everyone.
you for having us.
And I want you to tell everybody again where they can find you on all platforms. So let's give everybody a chance to say that again.
I'm Yaya Han, and my website is yayahan.com, and I'm Yaya Han on all social media except on YouTube. I'm Yaya Cosplay. Sorry.
And for me, I am MCroft07 everywhere, and you can find me on Twitter. I do the live demonstrations on Twitch, so you can watch me do it live there. And that's MCroft07, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch.
Amazing. You also have a pretty great voice, Melissa. I'm like,
Oh.
she could be doing some video games.
I'm coming for your job. Thank you.
Don't forget what the word means.
I won't.
And Nemo.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
for that.
I've learned
Thanks
something.
for that. You guys are just amazing.
Don't ever grow up.
Yeah,
Don't ever grow up.
And we're so excited to keep following you and keep watching the amazing things you do. Thank you for putting yourself out there for people. Thank you for coming on today, and thank you for just being smart, brave, goddess warriors. You're both just so gorgeous and so talented, and I'm just honored that you guys joined us today.
Thanks so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
us,
much
Tara
for
and
having
Greg.
us.
It's nice to catch up and tell stories. And
Really nice.
Absolutely. I can't wait for us all to be at
Yeah,
the same
that'd be
con
fun.
together.
That'd
at
be
a live
really
ship
fun.
show experience.
can't wait.
And thank you to all our fans today on the live
And thanks
stream
for
and
everybody
all
that
the
donated.
super chatters
Thank you
that helped.
so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Adopt.
And then don't bring
shop.
it back unless you're a terrible dog owner, and then bring it back.
No. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Ship It Show.